Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Estate Sale. You know, most of the time when people think about estate sales, they picture the rush, doors opening, people lining up, the hustle to grab something special before it's gone. But today, I want to take you somewhere else, to the part that nobody really sees, to the part before the rush, before the crowd, before we even begin. Let's talk about the quiet moments. Before the bins are unpacked, before the signs go up, before the early birds show up in their pickup trucks and the neighborhood starts to get curious, there's always a moment. It's quiet, it's still, and to me, it's one of the most sacred parts of the job. The house is full, but it's also hollow, like it's holding its breath. You walk in, there's signs of life everywhere, clocks ticking, a jacket hanging on a hook, you got mail on the counter, there's mugs in the sink. But no one's coming back to drink that coffee. No one's coming back to read the mail. And the quiet isn't just a lack of noise, it's a weight, it's a presence. It settles over everything. It's not heavy, but it's there. Like the house knows its story is about to change. Now, the walls, they've heard everything: the laughter, the arguments, the lullabies, the phone calls, the prayers. They've soaked up decades of living, and now they're waiting. They're waiting to be sorted, boxed, priced, passed along, waiting for strangers to walk through and say things like, "Oh, wow, that's cool," or "My grandma used to have one of these." But right now, it's just quiet. And that quiet is something I've learned not to rush. Sometimes I just sit for a minute before I start, not because I'm tired, but because I want to listen. I want to listen to the space, to the silence, to whatever this house still has to say. You can feel the soul of a home if you give it time. And you'd be surprised what it reveals when you do. I once found a handwritten note on a recipe card. It was for lasagna, but in the corner, someone had scribbled, "Don't forget to laugh." I don't know who wrote it, but I'd like to think that they told themselves, "Don't forget to laugh" in the middle of every day. The kind of thing doesn't show up in final photos. No one writes in asking, "Do we still have that note?" But it stuck with me because in the quiet, that's when you notice it. You notice things like the way the arm of a chair is worn down smooth from years of someone resting their hand in the same spot, day after day, story after story, until that chair becomes part of them. So small, quiet clues, the evidence of a life actually lived, that hits you the hardest. Eventually, of course, the house starts to shift. Tape goes up, tables fill out, the hum of preparation begins, boxes are open, tags are written, and just like that, the quiet fades into motion, from memory to movement, from silence to something alive again, for just a little while. But I always carry those quiet moments with me, because in the stillness, that's where I'm reminded why I do this, why this matters, why we keep going. So, thank you for watching, and as always, like, share, leave a comment, and follow for more Beyond the Estate Sale. We'll see you at the next one.